welcome to this video. This video is about your story and how it's the perfect design. So there is such thing as the story that we believe is our story, and that's the story that's based on the mind, versus the actual real story, and this is your actual story. Think about the story of your life and what's happened so far. You can look at it in different ways. You can look at it in one way and think that everything is by coincidence, everything is random, and it's just happening, and it's just a bunch of, we're just a bunch of cells randomly doing what we need to do, and that's it. Another way of looking at your story is by seeing it as the perfect design. And from my work that I do in everything that I know, from my experience of many, many years, I have realized more and more that our story is the perfect design. And there is a mind story, which is the story that you really want to believe, which is the story that you really desperately want. And then there's the story where this is the thing that's actually happening. Okay, so there are different layers. The mind story is the surface level, right? Is the, let's just think of a standard story where, you are in a relationship, you have kids, you have this family, you have this perfect home, and you have this job, standard life, right? This is your standard life. This is what you've always wanted. So this is the way you've been going towards it, right? This is your mind story. And in your mind story, you would have things that you actually want. So you may want, a certain car, you may want a certain holiday, you want to move to a certain place. And it's almost quite superficial, because this is what your mind believes. And this is what your mind wants. But what you actually desire is a different thing. Okay, and this is your real story. Your real story is actually from the soul vibration. This is from your soul vibration. This is from your absolute truth. This is what your soul has already decided before it's entered into this life. So what I'm trying to say is that your real story is actually made out of exactly the right amount of everything you need, exactly what needs to happen at a certain point, exactly the people that you need to communicate, interact with, to have relationships with, in order to complete what you need to complete in this life. This is your actual real story, not the mind story. The perfect design of your story is this. You have, on a soul level, before you've entered into this world, before you've entered into this life, chosen the particular caregivers, the particular parents, the particular childhood experience that you have had. This has been your choice, okay? No one else's choice, your choice. And that choice made in contract between your soul and the other person's soul. So whether this is a parent, whether it's a brother, a sister, whoever it is, for your perfect childhood, that's your soul that's chosen that with the other person's soul. So this is part of your perfect design of your perfect story that's happened, okay? Then you have your childhood, and then you have your later years. Well, again, it carries on. It's the perfect design. So after your childhood, with all the experiences in it, so whether it's abuse, neglect, whatever it is, that has been your choice from your soul that you have made. Why? Because your soul needs to learn certain lessons. So therefore, it has chosen this perfect design, these perfect type of parents for you, so you can learn the lessons you need to learn. And I've done this video on soul work before, so please have a look at that as well, and it describes more as to how powerful the soul actually is. But this is your perfect design. Your childhood, then your later years. Your later years may be a particular partner that you've chosen. That's your soul choosing that. Why? Because that contract has already been made between you and that person, that on that date, on that particular date, at that particular time, you are going to meet this person, and that person, maybe it feels like a knowing, right? Because a knowing comes from many past lives together, because this is why we are living this particular life, because it's based on past lives and the patterns from that we still have to complete. So you have chosen with this other person's soul to meet this person on a particular date, at a particular time, and it's a knowing, you feel it really strongly, and you know this is going to happen, you do it. And that's your soul doing its work, okay? And then the experiences that you have in that relationship, again, is part of this perfectly designed story that you have made for yourself on a soul level. the experiences you have with this partner is exactly the experiences you wanted to have. So whether, again, it's abusive, it's neglectful, it's hurtful, maybe there's cheating involved, it's all these different lessons coming in, all these different wounds being triggered. Well, that's exactly what your soul wanted, and that's why it wanted it with this particular partner, because your partner, just like you, has repeated the same lessons, the same patterns in their life. And that's why they have chosen you as well, so they can clear what they need to clear or learn what they need to learn. Maybe then moving on to another partner because they've learned what they need to learn, and then, or maybe it hasn't quite been learned and it needs to go on to someone else until that's learned for them as well. That's how it works. It's for both of you doing the same thing. Think about all the challenges in your life. Well, that's because your soul has chosen that specifically. But even, let's put it in a more positive light, even things like gifts, opportunities you've had in your life, these are all been designed. It was always designed that you are being encouraged to make these steps in your life, to learn these certain things. And when those things have been learned, those lessons have been learned, and that chapter in your life has closed, then an opportunity comes in, right? And we've noticed this in the universe. This is how it works. The opportunity comes in. It's like a gift. It's like a present that you're given, right? It's like the support. It's like guidance. It's encouragement. Here you go. Now you've done that. Well done. Here's something great now, and let's go into this new chapter of your life. Okay. So support, guidance. Meeting people, meeting a friend. Meeting someone at the right time, at the right place. That's because it's already been designed. Because that's the support that you have chosen for yourself. That's the opportunity that you've chosen for yourself. So again, under this perfect design of your story. All this in this story, in this perfect design of your story that you have chosen on a soul level, it's all based on complete guidance, complete support, complete love that you and the universe are having for each other. So you and the universe, okay, however you want to say it, the universe, source, everything inside of you and around you, this is the support, this is the love that's been shown for you and the universe between you in order for you to continue on these life lessons, in this soul growth, so you can be more and more in your truth, in your soul vibration, and be able to clear what you need to clear to be completely on your soul path.